Well, today, and as I always start, it's a well because we're going to do a deep dive. It's Colli from Colli Talks Transformative Conversations. There was no episode last week because the people actually that I had scheduled became unwell. So, sometimes a pause and a refresh is a good thing for everybody. So, you know, Mother's Day is coming up tomorrow, actually. So, this is all about the voice that we inherit. And today's episode, well, it's a tender one. It's just me, my heart, and the truth I carry. The truth that lives in many of you, too. Because Mother's Day, for so many of us, it's not simple. It's not just brunches and flowers and Hallmark cards. It's layered, it's longing, it's grief, gratitude, and complication. It's a day where love and pain hold hands. And today, this evening, I want to share a little bit of my journey with my mother, Frances. She was a woman of grace and quiet strength, a woman who, like so many before her, gave up her voice, her truth, even her connection to Source, just to belong, to be loved, to survive. And that sacrifice shaped everything. Because you see, when a woman silences her soul in the name of love, that silence doesn't die with her. It passes down. It becomes a blueprint. It becomes the water we swim in, the language we speak, without ever realizing it's not our own. I was born into my mother's silence. I inherited that unspoken grief. I learned not through words, but through energy, that to be safe was to be small, that to be loved was to be agreeable, that to keep the peace was more important than speaking the truth. But the truth has a frequency of its own, and it doesn't stay quiet forever. It pulses, it cracks, it rises, especially when we are brave enough to listen. And that's what happened to me. I began to listen, not to the noise of the world, not even to the story I had rehearsed about my mother, but to the truth beneath the story, the truth in my own body, in the silence between us, in the lineage of women who whispered, please, please be the one who remembers. And so I began to include what had been excluded, to see what had never been seen, to speak what had always been felt, but never named. I saw this woman, Frances, not just as my mother, but as a woman who never had the chance to know her own power. A woman who was told subtly, consistently, that her worth was tied to being chosen, to keeping the peace, to giving and giving until there was nothing left for herself. And I grieved for her. I grieved for the little girl in me who learned to do the same. And I decided the cycle ends here. Because I do not want to be a woman who performs perfection while quietly unraveling inside. I want to be a woman who is true, who speaks even when my voice shakes, who belongs to herself before she belongs to anyone else. And that is the work I now do with others. I help women see, include, and acknowledge the parts of themselves they've disowned, often for love, for safety, for survival, to belong. I walk with women who are ready to reclaim their voice, not by cutting cords, but by honoring the story that the cord carries. Because healing isn't about rejection, it's about integration. It's about loving our mothers more honestly, with eyes wide open, not idealizing them, not blaming them, but seeing them fully. And from that seeing, choosing differently, because we do have that choice. We can choose differently. So tonight, for tomorrow, on Mother's Day, I want to offer you this. Whatever your relationship is or was with your mother, you get to choose what you carry forward. You get to decide what story ends with you. You get to become the mother you needed to yourself, to your children, to your inner world. And if no one has told you lately, your voice matters. Your truth is sacred, and you are allowed to belong to yourself first. You see, this is how we change the lineage. Not through blame, but through radical love, through remembrance, through reclaiming. Thank you for holding space for this story. Thank you for walking this journey with me. And to my mom, thank you for giving me life. Even in your silence, Mom, you planted the seed of my truth and for my daughter and my granddaughter. And today, I let that bloom. So much love, so much gratitude, so much grace, so much wisdom. And so, for now, I say again, Happy Mother's Day to all of you beautiful women who are mothers. And even though you may not have a child, you do mother in ways you may not even understand. So have a wonderful day tomorrow and a wonderful journey in this thing called life. Blessings, love, and soul hugs. Bye-bye.